Hey, GenderqueerChat, Joe here. I missed last week. I was sick. And we have some new substitutes. One was going to take over for me, but there's some technical difficulties, so I'm sorry. But here I am, a week late. Better late than never. And last week's topic, I actually found quite difficult, so that's probably one of the reasons I didn't feel so bad skipping it. It was about in the media figures, and I was a little bit stumped other than Chaz Bono. So this week's topic is slightly more interesting, although a little bit confounding, and I'm just going to read it, and then I'm going to take my glasses off because they're covered in fingerprints. Which fictional characters do you enjoy and or identify with, and how does this relate to your gender? Yeah, I think I was walking on these earlier. Fictional characters do I relate to, or do I, what was it? Enjoy and identify with. Now that's kind of great, because the first thing I was going to say is that I am so non-fiction, it's not even funny. I don't read fiction. I don't generally watch fiction on TV. I don't watch shows. I exclusively watch non-fiction type shows. But it turns out not exclusively after all. There are a couple of shows that I watch and a couple of characters that I like. But I did have to think about it because it's not my favorite genre, and it's not what I reach for. When I want to read, I read nonfiction. When I want to watch TV, I watch documentaries. So the first thing that sprung to mind, and I started laughing as soon as it came to me, was Stephen Colbert. Not Stephen Colbert the actor, but Stephen Colbert the character that the actor plays. And that character makes me laugh so hard, I can't even stand it. I've been watching that show since 2005, since the first episode, and I've missed very few episodes. I watch it all the time. And I drove to Washington, D.C. last October. It's been about a year because I went to the rally to restore sanity. And I've also been to his show once, and I also drove to New York City to meet him in real life. I volunteered at this event that he's involved with the charity. But that's just the actor, right? But the character of Stephen Colbert is this total blowhard. It's like a Bill O'Reilly character. But he does it, it's like a satire of himself. It's a satire, right? So he's kind of self-effacing sometimes, and he's kind of like he's afraid of bears. The character is afraid of bears. And the character is comes off as extremely homophobic, but has extreme gay tendencies. Like, that's really funny to me that, he just plays that up. And Stephen Colbert, the actor, is really comfortable with the character's, drama surrounding it. And there's a lot of double entendre and stuff like that. That's really funny. He's number one, hands down, my favorite guy. I would do anything to see Stephen Colbert. I'd do anything to meet Stephen Colbert. Yeah, I just love him. The character and the actor, but we're talking about fictional characters at the moment. The second one that popped to mind was, because I don't watch very many shows, but I do watch Big Bang Theory. And I think that's just because I'm a tech geek and I work in a tech geek environment, and I find the humor really funny on that show. Although I was talking to a colleague recently, and I was saying how hilarious and on the money it is and how it's going to stand the test of time. And we argued about it, and he said it's not going to stand the test of time because the jokes are really, they're very... what's the word? Temporal, or like they only relate to stuff that's funny today. Like in 20 years, iPhone humor and stuff's not really going to be funny. And he made a very good point. So anyway, the character that had me in stitches for the first 3 seasons was Sheldon Cooper. And I think the reason that I liked Sheldon, in a sense, he is asexual. The character is very asexual. He's male, but he's kind of an effeminate male, I suppose, but his gender doesn't seem to play into at all who he is, other than the fact that he seems to have a lot of male friends. But when Penny came on the picture, he befriended her pretty easily, and he goes to her house, her apartment all the time and talks to her, and he doesn't have issues with the fact that she's female and he's male. That doesn't seem to be a problem. So he's a little bit gender neutral as well as being asexual. That's what I like about him. Come season 4, was it season 4 or season 3? They brought on my new favorite character, although I have some problems with her. Amy Farrah Fowler, which is Sheldon's girlfriend. She's a girl and she's his friend, right? And they don't do anything, and they tried to hold hands, and it was awkward. So Amy Farrah Fowler, some of the lines that come out of her mouth kill me because I have said those exact same things. Like, she is me. What I don't like about her is they genderize her too much. They really do try and make her one of the girls. She gets all excited when she gets to go over to Penny's house and, do girl things, and she dresses in skirts, and she's quite dowdy, and they really, I don't know, they make her seem this is what I hate about this is what I hate about sitcoms and shit like that. One of the reasons I don't watch those shows is they really make female characters out to be caricatures or stupid. Now, in this particular case, Sheldon is also a caricature, but I find the way they make female characters on TV shows insulting, flat out insulting. And there are portions of Amy Farrah Fowler's character that are insulting. So, other than her awesome lines, and I love how she delivers her lines, some of her characterization I'm not too fond of. And it's the reason that I don't watch any TV shows. Very, very few. I was racking my brain trying to think of what are the shows that I watch, because it's September, October, it's October right now, sorry. And a whole new series of shows came out, and all I watch Big Bang Theory. I do watch Glee occasionally, although I don't like it. I don't know why I watch it. I don't like it. I feel like I should watch it. I like songs, I like popular songs, I like singing along, but and I like the gay positive attitude and the gay positive vibe that it brings. But I watch Big Bang Theory, Glee, Dancing with the Stars, and then the British version of that, which is called Strictly Come Dancing. I watch that online. And is there one other show I watch? No, I think that's it. So Big Bang Theory is really, yeah, that's about it for me and TV shows, like for fictional characters. But in years gone by, I watched Star Trek Next Gen. I was a Star Trek Next Gen geek. I have the costume, as a matter of fact, and I go to the convention every year. It's true. I go to the Star Trek convention every year, and I just loved Data from the word go. Again, a sexual character, a romantic, robotic, non-human. I love the logic. I love the complete rational thinking. Everything was rational. Every word that came out of his mouth was rationally toned and rationally thought out. And I'm not a fan of hyper emotion. I'm not a fan of emotion, let alone hyper emotion. I'm really not. And so I think growing up in a very hyper emotional family, when that show came out in the 80s, when I was in my teen years, I used to watch it, and I remember being very, very relaxed by it. It calmed me down. Everything about that show always calmed me down. I also loved Picard. I really did. I liked Picard's leadership style. I never watched the original series, but the few times that I caught it, I thought just Shatner was awful, and the James T. Kirk character was just sexist nonsense and that. But Picard was a cool character. So yeah, Data, Sheldon, Stephen Colbert, Picard, and then I did say Amy Farrah Fowler, but 4 out of 5 of the things that I just mentioned are male. And I just wanted to mention, how does this relate to your gender? Which that I typically do not like and do not relate to and don't care for female fictional characters. A lot of times people ask me why I don't read, popular fiction. Even to a certain extent, I'm going to use just because I just watched Jack's video, so I'm going to just bring up Harry Potter, which I did read, I think, 4 of the 7 books back in the early 2000s when they came out. And I liked them, but I think I always read everything with a critical... I don't like the way female characters are portrayed. And I'm just thinking Hermione was really the only... Well, the comical fat mother or whatever of Harry, his adoptive mother. I don't even really remember the female... Quite frankly, I don't even remember the female characters. And Hermione was this bookish, typical what you do to a female character, just like Amy Farrah Fowler. If she's going to be smart, she better damn well be too smart for, ever having a boyfriend or ever being treated like, she was cool like one of the guys or anything like that. Hermione was always kind of on the too smart, too geeky, too much of something other than, and I've never liked that. I've never liked the way female characters are portrayed in fiction, even in science fiction. Oh, don't get me started. When I watched Next Gen, so was when I first became aware of the fact that female characters were always sexualized in some way. Well, first up, Deanna Troi always wore this outfit that was not a Starfleet uniform, even though she was a Starfleet officer. In later seasons, they gave it to her, but she wore this ridiculous outfit. And the Doctor, Beverly Crusher. So there were 2 female characters on the show. I mean, there were some later. I think they'd brought in Ensign Ro, and so usually when I dress up as Ensign Ro. I liked Ro a lot. But the two main female characters were in caregiving roles, right? The doctor and the counselor. God forbid you have a female engineer, or God forbid you have a female captain. And they did have some in later shows, I think, like Voyager and stuff like that. I never watched, but you know, Next Gen came out in the 80s, and that was, you know, at a time when, you know, Dallas and frickin' all those crappy shows were still on television. Oh, by the way, I did watch for about a year and a half, I was watching pretty extensively a British soap called EastEnders, and I was quite addicted to it, and I actually got sick of it because all the female characters have baby rabies, all of them, and they all want babies, and the things that they would do to have a baby were just ridiculous. And this is not reflective of reality. You know, there's tons of us out there that are normal people with normal lives that don't want babies, that don't revolve our whole lives around wanting to snag a man and have a baby, and you know, that's always going to get on my last nerve. So I often relate to fictional characters, maybe because male characters are better drawn. Rarely do you have a male character who's fixated on being a father or snagging a woman to be the mother of his children. You know, normally they may be sex obsessed or whatever, but it's not always so extremely gendered. Like the Sheldon character and the Stephen Colbert character and the Data character, as I said, are very asexual. And I'm drawn to that, I guess. Okay, I've rambled on long enough. Want to welcome Jack to Mondays, and I think, do we have anybody else new on the channel this week? Things have been really changing on this channel. It's freaking me out. I've only been on it a year, and I'm like one of the longest standing members. How did that happen? Okay, and thanks very much to everybody who comments every week. You know, I love your comments. I freaking love them, so, you know, don't stop. Always comment. We enjoy them, and I enjoy them. Take it easy. Bye.